Stunning new testimony in the IRS targeting scandal. The U.S. official who is in charge of archiving all of the federal records says that the IRS broke the law when they did not report that Lois Lerner's computer had crashed and lost her emails.
Is it fair to say that the IRS broke the Federal Records Act?
Any agency is required to notify us when they realize they have a problem that could be destruction or disposal, unauthorized disposal.
But if they didn't follow it, can we safely assume they broke the law?
They did not follow the law.
They did not follow the law. Ohio Republican Congressman Michael Lerner is on the Oversight and Government Reform Committee and was in that hearing. Congressman, welcome. Welcome to America's Newsroom. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So you basically claimed that they broke the law by destructing evidence in this case before this archival issue came up. So let's start with that.
Well, there are two issues here that I think that are important. One, what are these emails? I mean, these are the critical emails that are a year and a half prior to the targeting of conservative groups and 6 months into their targeting. They're emails from Lois Lerner from outside the organization. So if there was collusion, if there were criminal activity that was going on and they were captured in emails, they would be in these emails. Now, the archivist, what's important about the archivist being left out of the process is that the archivist is supposed to be notified for the purposes of retrieving or finding the emails. So by leaving the archivist out of the loop, in fact, one of the options that we would have for recovery has been lessened.
So what is the recourse? I mean, do you believe that there will be any action taken at the Department of Justice on this case if you believe there are criminal accusations?
Well, there should be. And I pressed the commissioner that he should be going to the FBI and asking for an internal investigation. Currently, the IRS is looking only to an inspector general investigation, which doesn't have any criminal investigating authority. Now, the archivist is also undertaking an internal review of the IRS's decision-making with respect to these emails. And if they conclude that laws have been broken, they will refer it over to the Department of Justice also to commence action. There's a number of avenues that are still in play, but I'm very concerned that the IRS is not taking this seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to the accountability, because when you look at this situation, and if you have two potential law-breaking actions by the IRS, you know, you're living in a situation where you have a government that is not really a checks and balances situation. If you're, you know, sending it up to the authorities, which is the Department of Justice, and saying, we believe a law was broken, and they're saying, we don't care, we're not interested, where's the check and balance in the Constitution in this situation?
Well, absolutely. I believe in this instance a special prosecutor needs to be appointed. The Department of Justice is not stepping up to the plate. The administration certainly is thwarting the investigation. The commissioner, by merely saying that the IRS is doing internal reviews, is clearly not allowing for the integrity to be restored to the agency and for the American public to get a true understanding of what occurred here.
You know, in terms of John Koskinen, because you're saying he's, you know, a little bit of benign neglect, I think, right, is going on because he hasn't called the FBI in. And I think a lot of people had the impression, at least when he took over, that he was going to try to sort of, you know, shake the tree a little bit and figure out, you know, where the loose apples were and what was really going on. But from the hearings that we've seen, I think a lot of people in the polls seem to show that people don't believe that's the case. So is there recourse that Congress has in terms of replacing him?
No, we cannot, but I think that the issue that where he is discrediting himself is he says he has no evidence of a crime, but he admits he can't say that a crime wasn't committed. We know Lois Lerner herself invoked the Fifth for fear of criminal prosecution, and a head of an agency like the commissioner certainly should take that as an indication that he should look to outside sources for an investigation, the Department of Justice, the FBI, to undertake a criminal investigation to determine if crimes were committed here. I believe that those investigations should move forward, and the White House certainly should be stepping to the plate to initiate those also. And the director of the FBI cannot instigate it on his own, correct? Well, one thing we know is the commissioner can pick up the phone and call the FBI, and that's something he certainly ought to be doing. Certainly the White House can direct it, also the Department of Justice. There's a number of avenues where this investigation could be initiated, including the archivist who's undertaking his own investigation. Yeah. Well, we'll see. So far, not so much happening on that front, but thank you very much, Congressman Lerner. Good to have you with us. Thank you.